रामकृष्णाय ते नमः। जननीं शारदां देवीं रामकृष्णं जगद्गुरुं पादपद्मे तयो श्रित्वा प्रणमामि मुहुर्मुहुः। नमः श्रीयतिराजाय विवेकानन्दसूरये सच्चित्सुखस्वरूपाय स्वामिने तापहारिणे। So we are all meeting after a long time. It's been a while since we have had a spiritual retreat, and we are very privileged to have amongst us Revered Swami Nirmalatmananji Maharaj, who is the founder, you may say, of the Ramakrishna Vedanta movement in Brazil. He was the first head. So we all know him. Maharaj has been visiting us regularly. He's come here at least 4 times, as far as I know. But still, it would not be out of place to read out a brief introduction, because we hardly come to know about the vast expanse and the wonderful activities in different countries where one has to learn a language, learn a different culture, and establish the universal ideas of the Ramakrishna movement there. So I'll read out a brief introduction. Swami Nirmalatmananji Maharaj is a senior monk of the Ramakrishna order. He is the spiritual director of the Ramakrishna Vedanta movement in Brazil and is the president of the Ramakrishna Vedanta Ashrama of Sao Paulo, affiliated with the Ramakrishna Mutt and Ramakrishna Mission of India, which all of you know is a monastic order founded in 1886, because Sri Ramakrishna passed away. Before he passed away, he literally founded it and established in several countries with multiple activities. Most revered Srimad Swami Vireshwaranji Maharaj, a direct disciple of Holy Mother and the 10th president of our Ramakrishna order, was initiated Revered Maharaj. He is his guru. So you all know Ramakrishna Mutt. Just for your information, Ramakrishna Mutt and Ramakrishna Mission, as of date today, have a total of 350 centers and sub-centers. This includes the sub-centers. Brazil has quite a few of them. They comprise 225 centers in India and 69 centers, full-fledged centers abroad, and 25 sub-centers, which are part of these main centers, and 31 in India, 25 in India, and 31 sub-centers in other countries other than India. The centers are distributed, just for your information, 225 in India, as I said, 26 in Bangladesh, 14 in the USA, 3 in Brazil, 3 official centers plus sub-centers, and 2 additional sub-centers in Brazil, 2 each in Canada, Russia, South Africa, and of course South Africa has several sub-centers as well, quite a few, and 1 each in Argentina, Australia, Fiji, France, Germany, Ireland, Japan, Malaysia, Mauritius, Nepal, Netherlands, Philippines, Singapore, Sri Lanka, Switzerland, United Kingdom, and Zambia. Among the 69 sub-centers, as I mentioned, 25 are inside India, affiliated to our main centers, and 31 are outside India. So revered Swami Nirmalatmananji Maharaj arrived in Brazil on March 27, 1999, as the first resident monk. Previously, the monks used to go whoever was in the Argentina center used to visit occasionally. But he was the first resident monk to inaugurate and take over the first affiliated center of the Ramakrishna order in Sao Paulo, Brazil. Since then, he has been dedicating himself for more than 25 years now to spreading the message of the Vedanta and other ideals of Ramakrishna Vivekananda in Brazil. He regularly visits the Vedanta centers in other cities of Brazil like Curitiba, which is a full-fledged center now, and Rio de Janeiro, as well as the sub-centers in Belo Horizonte and Brasilia, the capital of Brazil, where in addition to giving lectures and conducting retreats, he receives serious aspirants to spiritual life for interviews and guidance. Inspired by the readings of Swami Vivekananda and the ideals and ideas of Ramakrishna and Vivekananda, Swami Nirmalatmananji joined the Ramakrishna order as a brahmachari in the New Delhi Center in October 1975. Shortly after completing his degree in mathematics as the main subject and physics and chemistry as ancillary subjects. Delhi integrated with the T disciplines in the university from the University of Madras. 5 years after joining the Delhi Center, Swami was sent to Belur Math for intensive training at the headquarters of the Ramakrishna Math and Mission. In 1982, he received the preliminary vows of monastic life or brahmacharya. Earlier in 1974, he received spiritual initiation or mantra diksha, as I said, from Revered Swami Vireshwaranandji Maharaj, the 10th president of our order and also a disciple of Holy Mother Sri Sharda Devi. In 1985, the Swami received the final vows of sannyasa from his guru. Before coming to Brazil, Revered Maharaj served for 17 years at the headquarters of Ramakrishna Math and Ramakrishna Mission in Belur Math, where he acquired extensive training in administrative experiences of the monastic order, meditation, spiritual practices, study of sacred books, and literature of Ramakrishna Vivekananda Vedanta, and organization of events and philanthropic activities, and so on. Now, Revered Maharaj lives in Sao Paulo, as I said, where daily Aarti is followed by meditation and reading. I'm mentioning this daily Aarti because many of our foreign centers, maybe because of lack of devotees, they do Aarti once in a week. It may be new to our Indian centers and Indian devotees, but Brazil, in spite of having very few or almost negligible Indian devotees, they are mostly local Brazilians. Still, they are having a daily Aarti followed by meditation. It's a regular feature of the Sao Paulo Center and other centers as well as weekly scriptural classes, public lectures, celebration of important events, and retreats are conducted in all the centers. These are well attended by local Brazilians. He also gives guidance and also spiritual initiation inside, through all these different centers where our devotees visit regularly. In addition, he regularly visits the other centers in Curitiba, Rio de Janeiro, Belo Horizonte, Brasilia, and there are a few other groups in a couple of other cities. Brazil is a big country. Since he arrived in Brazil, a good number of important publications, which is the heart of the Ramakrishna movement, have been translated and published in Portuguese. Practical and direct by nature, Swami can be sweet, firm, but yet firm. He looks firm, but is very sweet. And serious as well as humorous. That's a rare combination you see. Swamis have to be serious. Otherwise, people will take advantage. But at the same time, you have to see that it's not serious beyond a certain limit. You have to be humorous as well. So Maharaj has mastered the art of being both. Having lived in headquarters, as I said, he has served under 5 general secretaries, which I don't think any monk of our order has done. 5 general secretaries who are responsible for the administration of the entire Ramakrishna Merchant Mission, both Indian as well as foreign centers. To work under them, you get a tremendous, wonderful experience to be at the heart of the Ramakrishna movement in Belur Math. So he has vast experience. Since his arrival, a new vibrant dynamism has permeated the public lectures, the congregations, interreligious meetings, studies of Vedanta, and other activities of Vedanta in Brazil. So now I would request Maharaj, there will be 2 sessions, one before the tea break and one immediately after the tea break. There will be a brief tea break. So the first session, as it has been, of course, it is not mentioned in the poster that we have posted in the WhatsApp group. It will be about the activities, because since he has been associated with the movement in Brazil right from day one, 1999. So his experiences and also a small video that will be the first session. And in the second session, as we have announced, it will be about meditation. Simple things, but which can produce great results in our life. Meditation made easy for the devotees. So that will be the part, that will be the second session after the tea break. So we'll request Maharaj now to tell us something about the movement in Brazil, as well as there are some new projects and activities that will be undertaken, especially in Sao Paulo, which is the mother center, you may say, in Brazil. So Revered Maharaj is also looking for some kind of, we are all keen to see that the movement, because as I told you, there are hardly any, though there is an Indian population there, but the devotees comprise essentially of Portuguese, people, Brazilian people who speak Portuguese, and they are very dedicated. So definitely we would be very happy. All of us should come together and support in whichever way we can the wonderful projects which are Maharaj has planned. He will speak about that in one of the slides. 10 slides are there about the expansion which is going to take place in the mother center, the main center. So I would request Maharaj to start.
Good afternoon, the devotees and friends who are present here and who are participating through the internet, online. To each one of you, my greetings on behalf of the Brazilian devotees. And I'm extremely thankful to Swami Sarvatranand Maharaj for extending this invitation to participate in this retreat and exchange some ideas with you, with each one of you, who maybe, some of you may be knowing, or many of you may not be knowing what is going on there in the other part of the world. It is very interesting. So first of all, I will speak a few minutes about Brazil itself and the devotees and the work, and then I will show you about 18 minutes video of the work that goes on there, followed by a few photographs of the Silver Jubilee function that we had. I am there now 26 years. Last year, we had the Silver Jubilee function. And followed by that, we will have an extensive session about meditation and what is meditation and what are the important factors in any meditation, and what is the difference between concentration and meditation, and finally, how in our daily life we can apply certain things which will be very clear that you can have enough time, enough energy if only we follow it. So that is more or less the whole program of the 3-hour retreat. The Brazil is a huge country, 2.5 times bigger than India, as you can imagine. And 1/3 of the country is covered by Amazon. When I say Amazon, everybody thinks about Amazon shopping center, place. But Amazon itself is originated from the real Amazon in Brazil, and where you have the number of species in Amazon maybe equal or more than the number of species in all over the world, that's it. So Brazil has it's a wonderful country with rich resources in minerals and metals. There is no lack of water, there is no lack of energy. Everything is rich. But still, the country is where it is. Why, they ask? That is because of the various other reasons, like politics, like other things. Anyway, we are not going into details now. But the people are so wonderful. They are very kind, very affectionate, and very, very much open. To make friendship with a Brazilian, it is not going to take much time. And they are very musical by nature. They used to say, if you give a small matchbox to a Brazilian, that's enough to start tapping and then start singing. That is how it is in their blood. And they are very happy people. They say, you can lose everything to keep your smile. Very interesting, see. You can lose everything to keep your smile. So by nature, they are very affectionate, very kind. Sometimes, I joke with them. You are so affectionate that I may get diabetes. So better we stay at a distance a little bit. So the country, the people, the cities are quite big. For example, Sao Paulo is the biggest city, perhaps. I think it is fifth or sixth biggest city with a population of 18 million, including the suburban cities. There are other cities. 80% of the population stay in big cities. So when you travel from one end to the other end, you will see huge chunk of land without anybody. Yeah. Because everybody likes to be in the city, want to be the city style of life, and all the facilities that they see in India, I mean, they see in Brazil through television. Television is a media which is 98% of the people they have. Even in the favela, which you call slums, they have all the facilities, but yet they live in slums, you can say. So this country especially speaks Portuguese. In South America, this is the country speaks Portuguese. Rest of the countries speak Spanish. Its population is about 230 million as of now. Just imagine, compared to the India, it is 1/6 of the population of India, with 2.5 times bigger than India. So you can see. And with this small introduction, I would like to show what goes on there in the activities. Predominantly, Brazil is a Catholic country. It's a Christian country. Perhaps it is the biggest Christian Catholic country in the world. That's why every pope, when he becomes a pope, he first visits, at least the last pope he visited first. And nowadays, slowly, the population or the religion of evangelists is increasing, and the Catholics is a little bit reducing. And they have a lot of influence in government, in the municipal level, in the state level, in the federal level, everything. They have huge influence. And Buddhism, their presence is there, but very little. Still very little as Hinduism. Sometimes they ask, what is Hinduism? Who is the founder? There's so many gods and goddesses, we can't understand anything about it. So when I was participating in an interreligious conference some years ago, I was the representative of Vedanta as such. So when I began to speak, they asked, what is that Vedanta? What is that Hinduism? Is it a religion? Is it a world religion? So that is the state of the affairs there. But if you go to other South American countries other than Brazil, it is still the same case. You go to Peru or you go to the other South American countries, they have no idea of other religions, especially at least the Hinduism. That is a situation you can imagine. And if you say world religion means Catholic or Muslims or Jewish religion, there are quite a number of Jewish people there. So these are the world religions as such for them. Among the South American countries, Brazil is more, I would say, open, cosmopolitan or metropolitan. People are of different regions, different cities, different countries, they have gathered there. For example, who are our devotees? They are Brazilians, but descendants of Germany or Japan or Portugal or Spanish or Syrian Lebanese or Koreans. These are the people, devotees. But they are all 4 generations, 5 generations, they are there. So they are Brazilians as such. But Brazilians, indigenous people as such, there were about 700,000 when about 2-3 decades ago. But now they were all reduced. Now the Jesuits, when they invaded Brazil 500 years ago, they have put a condition, either you convert or you get eliminated, either of this. So now you get a few sect of tribes as such. So more or less this is the picture, in brief. With this, how they got interested into Vedanta then? That is very interesting. About 1932, a small group of people from Argentina, Buenos Aires, which is another country nearby, they went to India and asked Mahapurush Maharaj, Swami Shivananda Maharaj, to send a Swami. In response to that request, Swami Shivananda Maharaj deputed Swami Vijayananda Maharaj, who was a disciple of Swami Brahmananda Maharaj. He arrived there in 1932 and started a center in Buenos Aires. After 25 years, a small group of devotees from Rio de Janeiro, they requested to come. And why they got interested? In 1909, when the Ramakrishna Mission was established, equally there was a huge group. It is called the Power of Thought. The group is called Power of Thought, or ecumenical. The church they started, and one of the patrons of the church was Swami Vivekananda. Swami Vivekananda did not visit South America, but one Portuguese gentleman with his 2 friends, and the 4th person was Swami Vivekananda. The church remains even now. It had at the time a huge number of followers, and I was once invited to give a talk. I had been there. Even now you can see the murals with Swami Vivekananda and all this. So it was wonderful to see. And 1925, Swami Abhedanandaji's Gospel of Ramakrishna was translated and published, 1925. In 1960s, a few books were translated, but the translation worked against it because it was not a good translation. So in this situation, the Swami from Buenos Aires, Argentina, Swami Vijayananda Maharaj, used to visit once a year in Brazil and divided the time between Rio de Janeiro. Rio de Janeiro is one of the most beautiful cities in the world. It is called Marvelous City, Cidade Maravilhosa in Portuguese. And he divided 15 days in São Paulo, 15 days in, and that is how it started. Slowly, people were attracted, initiated, and the group started. And between the groups of Rio de Janeiro and São Paulo became more and more consolidated. And the group in Rio de Janeiro also grew, but then somehow I did not go well in course of time. But now it is different. So let me just show you the history of the Ramakrishna movement in if it is too much light, you can on the screen. You can increase the volume.
Ripples from the prophetic lectures of Swami Vivekananda at the famous Parliament of Religions in Chicago in 1893. Newspapers from Argentina, Brazil, and other South American countries enthusiastically reported on his lectures and travels across North America. In 1909, the esoteric circle of the Communion of Thought in Sao Paulo, Brazil, chose Swami Vivekananda as one of its patrons representing the Eastern thought. In the 1920s, a Portuguese translation of the Gospel of Sri Ramakrishna, written by Swami Abhedananda, was published. In the 1930s, a small group of devotees from Buenos Aires, Argentina, approached Belur Mutt, Kolkata, India, the headquarters of the Ramakrishna order, requesting a resident Swami to guide them in spiritual path. Appointed by Swami Shivananda, the then president of the order, Swami Vijayananda, a disciple of Swami Brahmananda, arrived in Buenos Aires in December 1932. He soon began giving lectures on religion and Vedanta philosophy to the interested and dedicated devotees and inspired them spiritually. In March 1933, Swami Vijayananda founded the Ramakrishna Ashrama in Buenos Aires, Argentina. In 1957, a group of devotees from Rio de Janeiro, Brazil, interested in Vedanta, invited Swami Vijayananda for a visit. 2 years later, a group of devotees of Sao Paulo, led by Professor Jaume Gomez, also invited Swami Vijayananda, who then established an annual program of visits to these two groups. Soon after, Tanetaka To, a Japanese immigrant, joined the group. In 1967, Swami Ranganathananda, one of the trustees of the Ramakrishna Mutt and Mission headquarters, made a very brief visit to Sao Paulo and Rio de Janeiro as a cultural ambassador of India. Swami Vijayananda gave spiritual initiation to sincere and earnest spiritual seekers, and these devotees have steadfastly supported the movement to this day. Swami Vijayananda passed away in September 1973. Swami Parananda, assistant monk to Swami Vijayananda since 1968 in Argentina, became his successor and continued to visit the centers in Brazil annually, providing spiritual encouragement for the then existing groups of devotees. He assumed the important task of continuing the translation of the Ramakrishna Vivekananda Vedanta literature into Spanish, including the Gospel of Sri Ramakrishna. In July 1974, the Ramakrishna Vedanta Ashrama, Sao Paulo, was legally registered with Professor Jalmai's home, serving as its headquarters, which is located at 204 Largo Senador Raul Cardoso.
where we live now.
In 1980, the ashrama acquired the property adjacent to Jalmai's house at number 194. The following year, the Buffalo family donated a plot of land with a house in Embu Guasu, which underwent extensive renovations in 1985. Officially inaugurated by Swami Paraparananda, this place is now the spiritual retreat center of the São Paulo ashram. A man of few words, his contribution to the dissemination of Vedanta was indeed commendable. In 1988, he returned to India. Soon, Swami Parashananda was appointed head of Buenos Aires Center, Argentina. The groups of devotees in Brazil continued to meet, with periodic visits of Swami Parashananda. He brought renewed energy to both the Argentinian and Brazilian groups. Other swamis and nuns from abroad occasionally visited these groups.
Swami Bhavyanandaji.
In 1989, following Swami Paraparananda's return to India, a group of devotees from Ramakrishna Vedanta Ashrama, Sao Paulo, took an official document to the headquarters at Belur Mutt, requesting a resident Swami. After a 10-year wait, finally, Belur Mutt approved the request, affiliating the center as a branch of the order by sending Swami Nirmalatmananda to assume the spiritual direction of Sao Paulo and other Vedanta groups in Brazil. Professor Jalmai Gomes left his body in February 1999. He took care of the center until the last day of his life. With the arrival of Swami Nirmalatmananda in March 1999, Sao Paulo became the first official center of the Ramakrishna order in Brazil. Thus, a new journey began. With great spiritual dynamism, Swami Nirmalatmananda made visits to various groups in Brazil, giving the devotees a fresh spiritual motivation. In 2004, a new property was acquired, where the present main temple of Sri Ramakrishna is located and serves as a hub for various activities. Swami Nirmalatmananda's charisma in spiritual teachings enhanced the dynamism of the groups, leading to a significant rise in the number of devotees. The three Vedanta groups in Belo Horizonte, Curitiba, and Rio de Janeiro experienced significant growth, leading in 2006 to their official recognition by the order's headquarters as sub-centers of the São Paulo ashram. Under his leadership, the Vedanta Publishing Unit was founded in 2000 and started translating and publishing high-quality books of the Ramakrishna Vivekananda Vedanta literature in Portuguese. Notable among publications, Editora Vedanta Unit released the 4 Yogas of Swami Vivekananda and the first volume of the Gospel of Sri Ramakrishna, written by M. Mahendranath Gupta. In 2013, To commemorate the 150th birth anniversary of Swami Vivekananda, the Editora Vedanta launched the quarterly magazine called Vedanta. From 2002 to 2018, various swamis and nuns from India, USA, and Europe visited the centers in Brazil. Notably, 3 general secretaries, as well as a few trustees of the headquarters of Ramakrishna Order. Their visits have left an enormous spiritual contribution. Swami Jithananda and Swami Tapoyagyananda, assistant ministers, are dedicated to serve the São Paulo ashrama. In 2018, a new property was acquired near the ashrama at number 138, renovated and transformed into a guest house to provide lodging facilities for visiting devotees. Located amidst a beautiful and lush green nature, equipped with infrastructure and other facilities, ideal for meditation and contemplation practices, also forms part of the São Paulo ashram. Spiritual retreats for devotees are regularly held there, and the center has been blessed by many visiting monks. Various activities are regularly conducted at the São Paulo ashrama, such as weekly public lectures, daily arti and meditation, spiritual counseling, courses and workshops, music groups, helping the poor with basic food items, a library with books on philosophy, psychology, and spiritual literature, hatha yoga classes, inter-religious meetings, charity sale, book sales, and celebrations of Kalpataru Day, the birthdays of Sri Ramakrishna, Holy Mother Sri Sharada Devi, Swami Vivekananda, Guru Purnima, Durga Puja, and Christmas.
Curitiba, a famous city known for its innovative and environment-conscious urban planning. The Vedanta group here began in 1980 in the house of a devotee named Jandir Carlos Wellner, a disciple of Swami Vijayananda. His wholehearted dedication, supported by friends and other devotees, culminated in the establishment of a Vedanta center in 1990 in Jandir's apartment. In 2001, the group acquired the present land and building of the center, which was officially recognized as a sub-center of the order in 2006. It became an independent center of the Ramakrishna order in 2020, and Swami Pragnathananda was appointed the minister in charge by the headquarters. He returned to India in February 2024. Rio de Janeiro is called the Marvelous City. The center here began as a small study group in the 1990s with few devotees who were disciples of Swami Vijayananda, especially Luis Antonio Sudo Monteiro, Cordelia de Jesus, also known as Shanti, and Dr. Abram Exterman. With the periodic visits of Swami Nirmalatmananda, more devotees were attracted and the number increased rapidly. In 2001, the group acquired a new house property that became the present location of the center.
It is built
The
in
number of devotees
1865.
continued to grow. A lovely musical group, Rupa Gadai, flourished, enlivening all the ashram's events. In 2006, it became an official sub-center of the order and finally received the status of an independent center in 2021. Appointed by Belur Mutt as the minister in charge, Swami Atmanyananda arrived in Brazil in November 2021 and took over the leadership of the center on January 1st, 2022. The city of Belo Horizonte is the third largest city in Brazil. At the end of 1999, a visit of Swami Nirmalatmananda reinvigorated a group of Vedanta devotees. A Vedanta center was inaugurated in 2000 and a social service center in 2010. Thus, the Belo Horizonte Center now possesses one of the best infrastructures for spiritual and social service activities among the centers in Brazil. While still maintaining its status as an official sub-center of the order, it has been making efforts to become an independent center. The city of Belo Horizonte is also special because of an extraordinary event that occurred there decades ago. A lay devotee and journalist by profession, Arlindo Correa da Silva, had repeated visions of Swami Brahmananda in the 1950s. Swami Brahmananda instructed him to do something for the poor street children. Thus inspired, he set out to work, and soon it turned into a full-fledged philanthropic institution specialized in providing education, health, and other services. It began under the name Mission Ramakrishna and was registered as a social service organization in 1959. Known today as Institute Ramakrishna, it became an important force of social change in that area, inspiring all those who come to know it. Although the institution does not belong to the Ramakrishna order, they maintain mutual friendship and admiration. The Ramakrishna Vedanta Center in Brasilia, the capital of the country, is another fast-growing Vedanta group. It was started in 2011 by a group of devotees led by Livia Borges and has enormous potential. Swami Nirmalatmananda and other monks of the order regularly visit and engage in various activities of the center. Lectures by visiting swamis are held periodically. The group acquired its own building in 2018 and became affiliated with the Ramakrishna order as an official sub-center in July 2023. Swami Nirmalatmananda continues to encourage various independent groups in different regions of Brazil, including Salvador and Fortaleza. The Vedanta centers engage in some form of welfare work within their capacity, including providing basic food items to the poor and needy, school materials for children, and relief work during natural calamities. Swami Nirmalatmananda is also invited to deliver lectures at various centers of the order in different countries and takes active part in annual yoga
It's in the
meetings
parliament.
across Brazil. On this silver jubilee of the center, may Sri Ramakrishna, Holy Mother Sri Sharada Devi, and Swami Vivekananda bless us all, particularly the devotees and friends of Vedanta in Brazil, whose love for Vedanta, dedication to its cause, and enthusiasm in the work of the movement are immense.
Jai Thakur. Jai Ma.
That is how they greet. They always greet. All the devotees they know. Jai Thakur, Jai Ma. That- Just. Yeah. So this is a brief introduction of the activities that is going on there. Just one second. Great. Yeah. Now, you were asking something. I'll finish the second part of this show, then we come back to this. Okay? Someone was asking.
Jai Swamiji.
No, Jai Thakur Jai Ma. Jai Swamiji was not taught. Maybe I have to introduce. So almost it is normal for greeting anybody taking leave or anybody coming in, Jai Thakur, Jai Ma. Even in the telephone also. It is. So since I am there for the last 25 years, 26 years, we had the Silver Jubilee function. I'm not going to show us a video because it is in Portuguese. I'll show you some slides, photos. Last year, Swamiji participated. You will also see some of them, how they participate, how they take care. I think with that. It has a music of its own, but it is pretty Western. So Jubilee Prata, that means silver jubilee in Portuguese. Okay. We had a small puja, a short puja, then the function. And the group, music group, very well, they can sing Portuguese songs almost for 2 hours continuously. They download the song in Bengali, in Sanskrit, and translate it and give a music. So we hired a place because of the lack of space. We hired a place, and Swami Yogatmananji from Providence, he visited at the time. It is the altar and the event. This Monja Cohen, she is a very popular person in Brazil. Hundreds of books she has. It is a Zen Buddhism. And we were very good friends from the my arrival in São Paulo in 1999. He is the ambassador. She is the master of the ceremony. He is the president and he is one of the pillars of Vedanta movement in Brazil. His family, whole family. This is a music group called Gadai. Group Gadai. Group Saradasi. All the proceedings or 2 days were in Portuguese completely. We were the only Indians, you can say as such. Myself and some ambassador, other Swami. She is one of the well-known figure in São Paulo. She has a philosophical institute. Oh, how to remove this? He is the person who did the video. Representatives from different. This girl, dancer, I knew her when she was 13-year-old. When I arrived there, her Arangetram was happening. So they invited me. She's a Brazilian girl.
Brazilian or?
Brazilian. And she is now, of course, has children and married. And that time, Swami Spananaji passed away. So the second day before inauguration of the session, we had the homage for him. He is the Brazilian Swami. He studied one of the best schools, engineering schools. He is the colleague of Governor of São Paulo State. They had studied together, but he is very shy. He was here for quite some months. He's a very popular yoga teacher who is a very good friend. Oh, it is. Is it over? I think it's exit slideshow, the other one. Two 2024, where is exit here? Yes, here that was in 2025. So during the year, we had every month some special celebration, and ending in 2025 when Swamiji was invited there. So this is in another place in 2025. Swami Bodhasaranji, Assistant General Secretary, and you can see your Swami. Give you a clap. This Swami is from Argentina. Is Consul General. It's $1 million photo of your son. In our space, we cannot hold these functions for two reasons. One is not only space, you cannot have your shoes, no? That is another problem. In churches, they can, but here it's not. So Swami Jitananda is translating Maharaj talk. He is the brahmachari who will go to training center next year. The song Hey Prema Rupa Ji Ramakrishna, that they were singing. This is the second volume of Gospel of Sri Ramakrishna was released. And she's the person who does all the editing business. So each function was of 2 days. First day, second day. He's a well-known doctor, neurologist. Guided meditation session. He speaks beautiful Spanish, that Swami in Argentina. He sings in Spanish. There's a man who plays Gandhi. He's a Buddhist monk. His son is a monk. Yeah, I knew him when he was a young man. Now, father also has become a monk. He is a Jewish person. So Brahma Kumaris. Earlier, it's Afro-Brazilian group. Yeah. So we have come to the conclusion of this. You can put on the light. I'm not showing anything, just I keep you waiting. This first, no, just, yes. So we will have the break now because I hope you have, yeah. I'll just keep this slide on.
Stand out that we are breaking for online people. We'll have an interval. Please join after.
Yes, we have the first session we have finished with the video and some of the photos of the Silver Jubilee celebration. Now we will have a short break and we will come back. We will have the theme until midnight, okay? Thank you for listening. Thank you for seeing now, visualizing, but now we are going to listen. Okay.